Hey, good morning. How you doing today? This is Kerry Green. Maybe I'm just a brother in the Lord who's here to help you think about your faith and your life rightly today. And I started yesterday taking you through a section of the book of James where James encouraged us to count it joy when we meet trials of various kinds. And today I want to continue with verse 5 of chapter 1 of the book of James. And it talks about wisdom. This is a very familiar passage to many people. But I want to walk through it and highlight some things that maybe you haven't thought of much before, because I've never heard many sermons preached on it, so I kind of expect that most people haven't thought this through. But let's read the passage and then we'll come back and unpack it a little bit. It says, if any of you lacks wisdom, well, that's probably all of us, isn't it? Yeah, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting. For the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He's a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Now, James starts out with this if statement, and it's really not an if statement. It's like a rhetorical question, you know. He's saying, does any of you lack wisdom? Well, the answer is obvious. Of course we do. We all need more wisdom. He says, if you need wisdom, maybe it has to do with a trial you're going through, like James just talked about in verses 2 through 4. Maybe it has to do with a situation at your work or in your home or with extended family or in your neighborhood. He says, if you lack wisdom, let him ask God, who gives wisdom generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. So, step number 1 is to ask God to give you the wisdom you need. And God is not going to reproach you for that. He's not going to scold you for not having enough wisdom. He knows you don't have the wisdom. That's why he's telling you to ask. And if you stop for a moment and really think about this promise that he's making to us right here, God is promising us he will give us his wisdom for the situations that we face in life. Can you think of a better promise? Can you think of something more empowering? Anything that gives us more confidence than this? No matter what we face, whatever trial or situation, God will give us wisdom? Man, that is a great asset to have on your side. And I'm excited to apply this even more in my life now that I'm reading it again. And I want to encourage you to do so as well. But he gives us a little bit of a warning there in the next verse. He says, but we have to be sure we're asking in faith with no doubting. Because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that's driven and tossed by the wind. Now, what is he saying? Is he saying you can't feel any doubt or you shouldn't doubt at all? Well, yes, he is saying that, but we all know that we experience doubt, right? But what he's emphasizing here is the need to increase our faith, to trust God that when he says he will give wisdom, he will give wisdom. So we need to go back to that very first statement and convince ourselves that God will give the wisdom we need and not doubt that. Because when we doubt, we're like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. I don't know about you, but when you're out on the waves, say you're sitting on a surfboard or in a raft or whatever, man, they toss you all the way back and forth. It's not very stable. But the image that I have in my mind, James doesn't quite say it this way, but it kind of seems like he's giving the impression that if you do have faith, you're not going to be unstable. So maybe we could say you're like a rock. You're solid, you're firm, you're secure, you're not vacillating in your sense of what God is going to do for you because you have faith that he's going to give you wisdom. And then you're able to step out and act on that confidence that he's giving you wisdom. He says when you're vacillating back and forth because you're doubting that God's really going to give you something, you shouldn't think you're really going to receive anything because you're not believing you're going to receive anything. You're not taking God at his word. You're double-minded. What's he mean by double-minded? Well, he means you're asking God for something, but then you're not believing he's going to give it to you. Isn't that silly? What is it you need to ask him for in your life today that regards wisdom? Ask him and believe that he will give it. I'm Kerry Green with the morning mindset of Live, Build, Change.